Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Pitt County where a man has now been found with a gun and drugs, according to Pitt County deputies. Now, according to warrants, Corey Edwards Jr., who was arrested by Farmville police officers yesterday, Edwards had a gun with a switch and a green leafy substance suspected to be marijuana inside his car. Now, Edwards was charged with the following: possession of a weapon of mass destruction, possession with intent to manufacture, sell or deliver marijuana, maintaining a vehicle for controlled substances, simple possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, carrying a concealed gun. Now, Edwards was taken to the Pitt County Jail and is being held without bond. Now, in other news, we want to highlight a story about an inmate, or a former inmate, I should say, that has now purchased a jail. The first time that has been done. The state sold the facility that was once Wayne Correctional to Kerwin Pittman, founder and executive director of Recidivism Reduction Education Program Services, or RREPS. Now, according to a release, Pittman is now the first formerly incarcerated person in U.S. history to buy a prison. The nonprofit is looking to turn the site into a comprehensive re-entry and workforce development campus for those who have served time. Now, that would make the nonprofit the first formerly incarcerated-led nonprofit in the country to buy and repurpose a decommissioned correctional facility. RREPS plans to transform the facility on Stevens Mill Road into a recidivism reduction campus and a place that will offer transitional housing for those coming from jail or prison. Now, the campus will offer a range of programming aimed at easing the transition out of prison, including workforce development and placement, peer support, mental health support, and educational opportunities. The state listed an asking price of $475,000 for the facility. The site is 19 acres and sits across the street from Noose Correctional Institution. And now we turn to the ongoing situation in Minnesota following the fatal shooting of a woman by an ICE agent yesterday. NBC's Maggie Vespa has more from the scene.
Hey there, from a city on edge. Protests breaking out almost immediately after yesterday's fatal ICE shooting. This group at the intersection has basically been here all night. Meanwhile, the driver's mother speaking out. In Minneapolis, mourning and outrage over the fatal ICE shooting of a 37-year-old woman identified as Renee Good, an American citizen. Minneapolis police say Good was blocking the roadway with her SUV. You see officers approach, with one going to the driver's side door and another stepping in front of the vehicle. Good then reverses and accelerates forward and to the right as an officer fires multiple shots, striking her in the head, officials say. Her SUV careening forward before crashing into parked cars. In this reverse angle, the officer visible in front of the SUV, the driver accelerating. In the aftermath of the shooting, a man asking to help.
Can I go check a pulse?
No, back up, now.
I'm a physician.
I don't care.
A woman in agony identifying herself as Good's partner. Good was a mother of 3, according to the AP. The Department of Homeland Security quickly labeling Good one of a group of violent rioters, adding the unnamed ICE officer fired defensive shots.
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism.
In a new interview with the New York Times, President Trump saying Good, quote, behaved horribly, but saying of the tragedy generally, with all that being said, no, I don't like that happening. After showing a video of the incident to Times reporters, Trump saying, quote, it's a terrible scene. On Wednesday, local and state Democrats blasting the administration's self-defense argument.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is to ICE. Get out of Minneapolis.
Protests raged after the deadly shooting, with federal officers pepper spraying the crowd. Later in the evening, a calmer vigil and memorial in a community that finds itself in an unwelcome spotlight. How are people here feeling, being at the center of this?
Frustrated, misunderstood.
Yeah, the political rhetoric obviously intensifying here, with local leaders stressing peace in subsequent protests, which we expect more of today. That being said, Minneapolis public schools have canceled classes for the rest of the week, citing safety concerns. Back to you.
Thank you, Maggie, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. Temperatures today a little bit cooler than, well, what we had yesterday. At least it's going to turn out that way. We started out fairly warm this morning, but that is, again, going to come with a northeasterly to easterly breeze this afternoon, keeping our air temperatures away from the 70s and more likely in the, I would say, the mid-60s. Some areas could certainly get into the upper 60s, but I think most of us right around 63 to around 67 degrees. Here's a look at your current air temperatures. Right now, most of us sitting around the upper 50s to low 60s. Time on the clock, 11:06, and we've got northeasterly winds blowing in at around 6 to 12 miles per hour. A little bit stronger, though, as you get closer to the Outer Banks, particularly the northern Outer Banks. As we make our way through today, again, temps will continue to rise, but we will gradually see more cloud cover slowly spread across eastern North Carolina skies. It's going to be mid to high level cloud cover, so you may not notice it until you head home. It's going to be one of those gradual processes that, again, isn't going to kind of reflect a whole lot of solar radiation out. The sun will be able to make it through these clouds, but it's kind of a precursor to the thicker clouds that will show up bearing rain showers as we head through the upcoming weekend. Later on this evening, 61 degrees at 5 turns to 55 by 7, 52 by 10, and a flat 50 degrees by midnight. Here's a look at how the weekend is going to be playing out, and well, really how tomorrow's going to be playing out as well. Cloud cover getting thicker as that cold front gets closer to us. But also, we will see a stronger breeze out of the southwest. That's going to help bring in more heat and humidity. Of course, we certainly need the sunshine. Well, no, we don't really need the sunshine. We need the rain showers out. Just read the comment, Bernice Davis. Sun is out. Beautiful day. Great. Again, love the story about the Goldsboro good news thing. Again, Bernice, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. If you have any questions, again, please throw them on your on the Facebook comments little section there. I'll get to those as we again proceed through the forecast. But for this weekend, again, a little bit of cloud cover, but mostly rain showers that will flirt with the area coming up on Friday. I don't know how much rain we will truly see on Friday. Right now, latest model runs are trying to project a little bit more of a wetter pattern, but that has kind of been a new trend over the past 6 hours. So we'll see if that holds true. Here you'll be able to see some of those rain showers rolling in on Friday morning, really coming in Friday evening. I think these showers right now, at least this model run is projecting those drops a little bit too far south, but we will see if the next model run again continues to show that similar pattern. But regardless, again, we will be getting rain over the weekend. Saturday and into Sunday is going to be the wettest time period. But after that, we see temperatures drop, going from a kind of an almost fake spring type forecast for this week, at least in terms of air temperatures, to right on back to January conditions. 47 degrees on Monday. We'll be welcomed with a 28-degree morning low. Get ready for the freeze. It is coming back once we get through Sunday night. Well, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.